cold never bothered me anyway.
What are penguins? Penguins are flightless, diving birds in the southern hemisphere. Over millions of years, they have developed a range of physiological adaptations that allow them to thrive in the tropics to polar regions. They are famously known for withstanding harsh winter temperatures that range from minus 30 degrees Celsius to minus 60 degrees Celsius. So, how do these flightless birds thrive in the cold and intense world of Antarctica? Have you ever wondered how penguins' feet do not freeze, even with the direct contact to the freezing waters of the southern hemisphere? Unlike other birds that use their wings, penguins rely more on their feet. They dive in the ice-cold waters and walk on literal ice. To prevent them from freezing, penguin feet are mostly made of bones and keratin. The muscles that control them are hidden under their body to warm them up. But to answer the main question, why do penguins' feet not freeze?
Countercurrent heat exchange is the answer. This adaptation is also the reason why penguin feet play an important role in the regulation of their bodily temperature. In countercurrent heat exchange mechanism, the artery that transports warm blood to the feet is intertwined next to the vein. This allows heat transfer from the warm blood to the cold blood. As the blood travels south to the penguin's feet, its heat is also being distributed to the cold blood traveling up its body. This way, the important muscles and organs up north are kept warm. This system minimizes heat loss from the penguin's body while keeping its core temperature constant. But as they begin to migrate, they encountered a new problem: excess salt in their bodies.
How do penguins deal with excess salt in their bodies?
Penguins survive in the ocean by relying on it as their main food source, which is high in salt concentrations. To cope with this, they have salt glands that pump excess salt out of their bodies through a small duct near their nostrils. The salt gland is located near the eyes and has ducts leading to nasal passages. It contains tubules lined with active cells that transport sodium and chloride ions from the penguin's blood, expelling them in a concentrated salt solution. Unlike the kidneys, this gland doesn't excrete waste. It's not always active, but works when the penguins are dehydrated or overloaded with salt. The presence of salt gland is a critical adaptation to penguins and all of the seabirds, for it allows them to survive in the highly salty marine environment without being dehydrated. Penguins are well equipped for aquatic life with streamlined bodies, powerful wings, dense bones, large muscles, and efficient respiration. Unlike diving mammals, penguins and most birds have rigid lungs that don't collapse during dives. Their efficient respiratory system extracts oxygen more effectively, and before diving, penguins take a deep breath to increase oxygen stores. Bird lungs have unidirectional airflow, allowing for a concentrated oxygen in the lungs. Stored in the muscles, this oxygen makes birds positively buoyant during shallow dives. The oxygen stores are used in two different ways. First, the brain and heart is given priority by reducing its heart rate and redirecting blood flow to critical organs. Second, the penguin shares small amounts of oxygen with its muscles. Overall, these adaptations enable penguins to swim effectively in their aquatic environments, allowing them to catch food and evade predators while maintaining their energy levels. Penguins spend most of their lives at sea and only come to land for breeding and molting. They have adapted to a lower metabolic rate than most birds, conserving energy during long periods of fasting and reducing their need for food. This adaptation helps penguins survive in their environment. Penguins can survive for long periods without food by maintaining their body temperature and conserving energy. They have digesting adaptations that efficiently store, extract, and utilize nutrients. Along with large reserves of fat, protein, and lipids, recent studies show that their gastrointestinal microbiota influences their nutrition, physiology, immunity, and metabolism. These were the primary components of the penguin's GI tract. Adult penguins had more diverse bacteria than chicks, possibly due to environmental factors. These differences were observed between parents and offsprings, with a greater influence on the environment than genetics. Notably, significant differences were found with Adelaide and Gentoo penguins. Thank you for exploring the fascinating world of penguins and their amazing adaptations with us today.
We have learned that penguins are a remarkable example of how animals can adapt to survive in extreme environments. Their adaptations, such as counter-current heat exchange mechanism, salt gland, unique physical characteristics, and reduced metabolic rate, have allowed them to thrive in some of the most inhospitable regions on Earth. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery, and we hope you have enjoyed learning about these fascinating creatures.